we're going to see a lot of experimentation, but then still rooted in tradition and culture.
How can I bring context from the region to it? So when someone visits the space in 50 or 100 years, my buildings can speak for themselves.
And what he said in the end, he's like, I've been to a lot of cities and I haven't seen this much passion as much I've seen in Dubai.
We want to take a moment and thank Halm Collectives, the stunning space that hosts season 2 of the Design Pod.
From its beautifully designed interiors to the energy it brings, Halm truly reflects the creative spirit behind our conversations. We are grateful to be recording in a space that feels so aligned with our vision.
More than just a location, Halm Collective is also a home to a reformer studio, a private boutique gym, and a charming cafe. A full experience built around design, wellness, and community.
Thank you guys from Halm Collective for making this season possible. Hi, Shad.
Hi, Valeria.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm great.
How is the week going?
We're sitting on the other side of the table today.
Which is, it's good or bad?
No, I think it's good.
It's good.
How was
too.
your week?
Very good. It's a good productive week so far. And it will be even more fun today. We have a beautiful trio with us today. Noora, Fatima, and Afnan from Studio D04, who will share with us all their experiences from Emirati perspective from Emirati to the world. Let's dive in. Welcome, girls. Thank you so much for coming here today. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's going to be so fun.
How would you guys define Emirati design?
I think Emirati design for us is more like a feeling rather than specific motifs that you redo or specific like features. It's more about the surrounding, the textures, how light filters through. Like what we do as designers in our spaces is we capture a feeling that resonates with memories, resonates with people of the space it's coming from. I think that's what Emirati design is to us, truly.
How did you girls meet? How come that it was you three girls that constellated this?
And how did
the
studio with such a minimal aesthetics came to life?
I would like to take that question.
Yeah.
I like to tell a story about how we started. So me and Noora, actually, we studied together in uni, in undergrad, at the American University of Sharjah. So we always were together on projects, and we always had that vision, let's start our own studio, because we had a similar vision. And then Afnan, throughout the years, she was freelancing with us, and then she's like, I align with the vision that you have. I like this conversation that we're having. And actually, she joined in. She started our interior design aspect of the studio. We were just architects handling architecture projects. When Afnan joined us, she kind of opened that part of the studio because she comes from a background of interior design as a bachelor's degree, and then she did her master's degree in architecture. So that's how she fitted in within the studio. The reason I think why we wanted to start the studio is because we felt like the design in this region was mainly kind of imported, and it wasn't didn't have any authorship in terms of local voices. And that's what we wanted to do, a studio that's led by Emiratis, that has a local voice, that interprets cultural aspects and context in a very authentic way, and we own the authorship of it. So everything felt very international, and we wanted to have a voice, basically.
Yeah.
I think it's super inspiring. You guys think that the approach of being three local ladies opening up a studio and approaching the market, does that change the perspective of how people are seeing or wanting to approach the studio?
And generally, is it more difficult for women in this part of the world to open the business? Because it's a very time-consuming business as well.
It could be, but the way we do it is we lean on each other. And the way we basically have our conversations is we debate, we listen to each other, and we build on each other's ideas. And we don't only do it with each other, we also do it how we have conversations with our peers, our team, our clients as well. It's about creating this trust with the community and with the people we deal with. And it's a lot of listening to each other, basically. And the collaboration is the
key.
The progress, the key of how we progress.
Yeah, especially in this type of work.
But I
Do you
think,
girls disagree a lot?
I'm the one that always disagrees on
Yeah.
everything.
I think you need that in a
You
studio.
need that. Yeah.
Someone
It's
has to
interesting.
challenge the equilibrium.
What's the formation? Who are you in your roles of the studio?
Fatma is the managing director.
Fatma is the
Voice of reason, I would say.
voice of reason and realistic. She keeps us grounded, I would
Okay.
say, and organized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would be like,
Everything can be done. I'm like, no.
we're in the clouds.
Like,
I would say.
you cannot build that. Where is the access panel?
That's such an architectural point of view.
So she's our managing director for that reason. And I'm the creative director, so I am like in a bit of a la land, but we keep each other grounded.
Yeah,
and
and
Afnan
I'm
is our operation director. She handles all of the production, the rendering, and all of that items in terms of presentation to clients and also social media.
Social media marketing
Yeah.
is more
Yeah.
like Afnan's. Like, I think like our social media grew because of like the way
trying.
she's like trying to drive like what we put as content. So I give her hats.
Yeah,
Like
we-
hats. I can never do what they do.
But it's
I
really
think-
hard
I think
following
because we're-
Gen Zs and everything.
Oh, yeah. I think because
It's
we're three
tiring.
people, we lean on each other's strengths, and that's
Yeah.
what brings us
Smart.
up, which is what we liked initially. Like we initially wanted to do this studio because in uni we did a design build project and we worked as a team, and we're like, we like this. We don't
That
like
could
this.
work.
We don't like this solo type of me. I'm the architect, and that's it. We like having the voice, the discussion, and leaning on each other's strengths helps us a lot in growing. And I think that's what we like about the studio as well. It's very collaborative in terms of the team.
Just stepping back a little bit. So you started the studio. How was it from someone who is just starting the business from scratch in UAE to win the project and actually to get clients that would entrust you without pretty much having a vision back then, you know, what you can do, and you need to make sure that you secure, you need to make sure that you have a returning clients as well, and that your names are on the map. How was that?
So I think the first project we got was actually a competition that we did. And we didn't win that competition. We were this runner-ups. But Dubai Culture actually noticed like the style, the concept that we came up with. It was an interpretation of a cultural aspect. And they loved that concept. Even though we didn't win it, they're like, listen, we want to bring you in. We want to give you, to design the exhibition booth for Dubai Culture. And we did it like in 2 weeks. And that's how we are like, okay, we really need to start like our company. Like we got recognized for the work we did.
Yeah.
And it felt like we were being so supportive. And from there, we started to take exhibitions, family renovations, family favors, like renovating their houses, friends who want to do something in their spaces. So it started very like slow from that aspect until like we landed a project that I believe really transformed the studio. It was like a first architectural house that we did that really spoke to the aesthetics that we do. And it really brought in a lot of clients who
And put
got
you on
to
the map,
visit.
yeah.
Got to visit the project.
Yeah.
As it's being built, we were actually entertaining them in the office, the construction office. So we were having them come in and see the design, and it really resonated with them. And they felt very inspired, and we would listen to them and explain to them, your house doesn't have to be a cookie cutter. You don't have to have a majlis. Like the idea was that we're serving what you want as a client. You are an Emirati. You don't need to have a majlis to entertain your 40
Absolutely,
guests.
yeah.
That was like your dad's like vision, or like at the time of when we had that kind of layout. So they're like, oh, you're the first one that says that. Like always, they will put a majlis for us, for example. So we would play on the story of how they want to live and reinterpret it through our design aesthetic.
And I think it was very important to us, the gradual growth, because we really wanted to learn and we really care about details and we really want to be the designers. We are detailing the project. We're the ones on site. So we really believed in slow growth and building our portfolio for clients. So I think that like the strength and the passion we put into that built up the studio to where it is today.
And even in social media, we what we wanted first is our work to be recognized, not us being Emirati women designing. So when you see our history and social media, when you go back, you don't really see our faces. You
Yeah,
just
the
see
projects
work.
speak for. Yeah,
And I love that.
After we
I love
felt
that, yeah.
that we
We're
have a good
comfortable.
portfolio to work with, and clients come and they want our work the way we do it.
And a lot of
Then-
marketing advice to put our face.
And then, and then marketing advice put our faces. Like,
We were
why
so-
aren't you there? We
Yeah, I
wanna
think as
see who's
designers we're
behind
such
them.
introverts, and we're like we don't want to.
Yeah.
It's about the work. We're architects,
But
and
it
they're
works
like no.
so well in terms of social media that
Yeah.
you're not showing your face. It's actually more powerful, but you also want to, enhance and talk about your project and show your project.
Exactly.
And, we're
Yeah.
just the people behind the project, but this is what we
Yeah,
have.
I think now, like, I understand why they want to know who's behind it,
Yeah.
because I'm the one talking to you. It'll be like if I receive the call of a prospect client, I'm the same one sitting on him with meetings. I'm the same one with him holding his hand through the site until the end. So I think that translates well now with how
Yeah.
we do our social media. Yeah.
I mean, not only are you guys amazing designers and architects, but you're also mothers, all of you. So how is it juggling work balance, being a mother, projects, everything?
It's never a balance.
Yeah.
There's no balance.
There's no
It's-
balance.
Sometimes you give more to work. Other times you have to step back and give more to family. And this is where I think
We all play a role in
yes.
that. Like,
I think it's important that we have each other to lean
Yeah,
on.
the
So
partnership.
when someone needs to give more and it's a family demanding time, it's fine. The others will handle the rest. Example, when we were pregnant, that's a huge
Yeah.
part. So you have to rest. You need your team to
Carry,
pull up and carry you
And step in,
And
yeah.
I think it makes us closer because it's a personal experience. And I think we inspire our kids. I think eventually we will. Now they
hope
might be
so.
too young to
Yeah.
see it.
Well, hope so.
I think we show them that they can do whatever they want to do, and that's why it's really important for us to shine in the work field. I get them at night with me to finish mood boards in the studio, and they love seeing that. And I think it's important for us when they grow up, they come and see what we're doing and why we're doing it. Example, for coming here, my mom is like, my mom. She is kind of my mom. Her daughter was asking me why are you going at night? I'm like, Mama, this is gonna be
Yeah.
on social media. Everyone will see me talking, and I'll talk about you.
Well, she will watch
Yeah.
it. She'll be
Yeah.
proud.
I think you
to
girls
him.
would understand also each other better. You're all mothers. You're all, have gone through the same phases, and maybe it's easier to lean
Exactly.
Yes.
towards.
But I also think that if we bring it up this subject, as a woman, we're so much better at multitasking.
Okay.
And I no offense
No,
to
no, I'm gonna
minority,
give it- I'm giving it to you.
to minorities here, but I think that women are excellent at multitasking, and they really know and really feel. And maybe that's another reason why it's sometimes easier even to relate to client or client's needs when you design, when you work on the project, because you as a mother, as a woman, what it is that the house needs, and that's definitely a strength. I think that's like a superpower.
That's what we get back a lot from clients when we have the first conversation. They're like, finally, someone understands me. I'm like, yeah, storage, more storage.
More storage, a bigger
So I think-
wardrobe.
Yeah, so I think not only it's about how we deal as a team together, it does play a lot into our design as well. That's why it's very important for us that something is functional, sensory, memory, feelings, because it's based on what our lives are about as well.
Girls, you grew up in UAE, and I mean we've been here such a short time, but we've seen the country
Drastically changing.
drastically and rapidly, just
Rapidly, yeah.
evolved and changed. And how does your design sensibility move with this changes?
I think growing up in Dubai, we quickly came about to understand that the word transformation is a constant. It's not something that's new. It's something we've been seeing growing up here since the dawn of time, I would say. And that makes us really focus in our designs in something that's timeless, because everything is ever changing. And we build on that. Instead of being afraid of it, we embrace it. Same as how Dubai taught us
Yeah.
to embrace the change and take the challenges with us. I think it's partially for us very important that it doesn't necessarily affect identity. It becomes something that evolves the identity and culture with it.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's more about creating a legacy. I mean, yes, Dubai is ever changing. We witness like the growth from sand dunes to like towers, and I love that. That's why I wanted to become an architect. I saw the change and the transformation, and it's never saying no or it's not possible. So for me, it's about how can I ground myself within this ever changing environment? How can I bring context from the region to it? So when someone visits the space in 50 or 100 years, my buildings can speak for themselves. So it's not about chasing that transformation and trying to keep up with them, but keeping it grounded for us. I think that's
Yeah.
what we want.
And for next generation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is there any other? We're going to dive in a little bit more into specifically your design style that you guys have. But is there anything that you're bringing with you, girls, when you're designing? Is there any type of smell or like scenery or materials that you like to work with that is influenced by where you girls come from?
I think like sensory feelings about like memories. For us, it's more about
Evoking feelings.
Evoking feelings. Same way what
Yeah.
I was like, each space evokes a specific feeling, which takes me back to like my family doing bukhur before like a gathering or Eid, or the essence of like the lights coming through the palm trees through the windows. There's so many memories I'm trying to remember. And like different textures of raw materiality throughout the house. Those are things and essence of hospitality and things that we try to embrace within our designs rather than the specific like literal motifs or things like what you said about the wind towers. The way we interpret in a contemporary way is we still create some sort of volumes. The way we place them still keeps the internal space like always shaded, always has like a wind tunnel kind of effect coming through. So the ideas are very instinctive. They were invented for a reason back then, and we still need them in today. Like we're living in the same surrounding, the same environment, and we should embrace the ideas our ancestors brought in, but in new ways. And that's basically the essence of who we are right now.
Like not literally like trying to take a literal translation of something, bringing a modern twist to it. In our like language of design, that's like the core of the studio. Is that yes, there are some certain aspects of our context that we need to respect, but how do we make it elevated rather than translating it and keeping it the same throughout the project? Playing with materials is very important for us. Using materials that actually can be regional as much as we can, but also having layouts or like a story when you enter the space. It tells the story of the person who's living there and how they also interact with the space as well. So it's very important for us to also evoke the story behind the design rather than just like nice volumes or a nice aesthetic, like pleasing spaces.
Yeah, that's very, very important. I agree.
When I saw their design, I think one of the first times, and I was like, this is a Scandinavian person that designed this.
Yeah, that's the feeling that you get when you just look.
Tell me where does that come from? Where does the Scandi, Japandi feeling of your design come from?
For us, if you go back and strip down to where we're originally from and sitting like in the desert in winter, you're one with the sand, with the earthy tones. I think for us, the Scandi interpretation is that zen, away from the loud city that we try to create within the space. It's the essence of the sand dunes feeling, the texture of the sand. So the materiality we use is always an interpretation of that, which does often we are very Scandi influenced as well. It's kind of the design we like. So how do we interpret those feelings from our environment, our surrounding, into something that resonates with us as contemporary designers?
So beautiful.
Yeah, I also think that we used to look at the Middle Eastern general design as something, so extra. And then we see your work, which is so, stripped down to something so simple, just with a little aesthetics. I wanted to talk a little bit about digital craftsmanship. How technology and the culture in our case, in your case, Emirati culture go hand in hand?
I think that's like,
We'll give the mic to Fatma.
so I come from a background, bachelor's degree in architecture, but I also have a master's degree in material science and digital fabrication. I'm all about like new technologies. How do we use them? Just to answer your question, like, I feel like digital craftsmanship is just an extension of our heritage of making, basically.
In a new way, like you said.
In a new way,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes, our ancestors used their hands and making. We're using digital tools to create something and transform it. I think it's mostly a tool that helps us kind of seek innovation, new limits that were not achievable by hand making. And I really feel like they go hand in hand. And I feel the perfect example is our cup, is because really,
Yeah.
like,
Here
I
it is.
love Emirati crafts, and I love bringing a new life to it. I respect the hand making process and the beauty of it, but I also see a way of taking it from and transforming it from just something that's so primitive, I would say, and have a different
Into modern.
innovative way. So, for example, the cup is a perfect example of what I like to interpret digital craftsmanship, is that the crafts come from using clay. Clay is made out of sand. In our region, whatever sand you use or stone changes even the color of the clay that you use. So I always look at nature, and then I was really interested about like the ripples in the sand, how it's created through the wind. They even have like specific names of winds that come through different seasons here in the UAE.
Oh, wow.
So I was very intrigued by it, and I wanted to reinterpret it and capture it. With hand making, I can't do that type of precision.
You
can't-
also cannot experiment with the
Exactly.
materials and with it to that extent.
The way that we created the cup is I would go back and code like a wind simulation over the sand dune, capture it in a form that cannot be created by hand, creating it through digital fabrication tools. So this is like created through a mold and a slip casting process, and it's precise every time I'm creating it. So I'm giving a very modern product
Yeah.
to people that speaks to our hospitality as well as resonates with our craft.
Also, it has a history
Exactly.
in the end of the day.
And that's the story that we want to create. Like, we love our traditions, our crafts, but we want to have a modern take on it.
Do you still use traditional materials in architecture? I think it's easier using it in interior design rather than using it for architectural use. Do you still work with a lot of local materials?
I think it's more about how can we utilize essence of them, textures, rather than using them exactly as they are. If there's an opportunity, yes. If the client is willing,
Yeah.
yes. It's also about having a dialogue with them and trying to convince them, let's do this, let's do that. But at the end of the day, you want to create something functional, something modern. So it's just where
Timeless.
the opportunity, timeless, the
Timeless.
opportunity where we can introduce it. If we can't use it in a literal way, then we're recreating textures. We're recreating effects of it, but also not creating a fake typology of it, but just resonating that what Noora was saying, the sense of memory. This looks like, the bark of the palm trees as a texture,
Yeah.
That's
But
what
not
we're
too literal.
Yeah, not too
Yeah.
literal. Yeah.
Is it important that you always try to incorporate that into your projects?
As much as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you the one trying to push those ideas and the girls tells you too
No.
much?
I think it depends on the client.
Yeah.
Because it's also very client specific and like site specific. So that conversation drives the story. But a lot of people do come to us for that now.
I also
because
feel
they
like
know
it's
our
coming
work.
back. Like
Yeah.
you want to relate,
Exactly,
and you
yeah.
want to be rooted. And I think even for the foreigners, like you mentioned the house, but it's a house that represents modern, contemporary with a touch of a UAE culture. And that's why we love it. This is just it's a perfect blend of what was in the past, and I think we're all even during our conversation that we had on this panel a few weeks back, we talk about rooting, and everyone is looking for that feeling again
Nostalgia. I think
nostalgia.
that's the word we used, yeah.
I think that's something we're all looking. Do you guys produce custom-made pieces for your clients? Tables, furniture, joinery items, all that comes from UAE as well?
Depends on the clients that are willing. We did a project that we did all the hospitality items for as well. And we love it. And obviously Fatma led the hospitality items because she's our product designer here.
Yeah, I think what our goal is, because we are like the multidisciplinary studio, we do architecture, interior, and product design. So we always say our dream project is we're going to do the house, the interior, and the plate that goes on the table.
Looking at these cups, you guys definitely can nail it. You're on the way. You're on the right track.
So that's the type of projects that we are always pushing to do, because we are really focused on the details. And when we do interior, a lot of the pieces are customized. For example, in this project, like we work with local artisans and stuff to produce like different tables. We've worked with Karim and Ilyas, we've worked with El Joud to create customized stuff for certain projects. So we really like to lean on the local, like we have such a great creative community here.
I agree.
And we like to pull on each other's strengths, and I think without each other there's like nothing.
That's so nice.
Like we are creating the story of Dubai together, and I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
What's your take on AI? You're so grounded, girls. So I feel like I want to know what your take is on AI.
I mean, should we be honest?
Of course.
I think like a personal therapist, secretary. I think like computing and like digital fabrication, it's another tool that we have, and why not use it?
Yeah.
But are you asking on like the aspect of design or like personal level?
Do you basically?
No, but it's fine. Like go both ends. Like I feel like on a personal level, Fatima, ChatGPT must be your best friend.
Oh, I use it for everything.
Yeah?
Like when I'm driving from Dubai to my house in Abu Dhabi, it's on a call with me. Like I'm talking about everything and everything like I could talk about. I asked it a question and it gives me like a detailed like brief about whatever I'm asking.
Yeah.
So it's really using it as a tool as much as I can. It can create, it's so endless, like the opportunities of how you use it and utilize it for yourself. I have more time to create. It's taking away a lot of the noise in the background for me.
It organizes my life for me, honestly.
Yeah. But for design, I don't see it like a lot of people are afraid that's going to replace
That we're going to be
us.
replaced. Yeah, that's.
But really, if you look at it, when we were drafting by hand, when they introduced like AutoCAD and like computer-aided design programs, they're like, oh, you're going to lose the touch, the personal touch. You're not going to be able to create designs that are proportional to human and all of that because you lost that hand-making process. And I don't think that's true. It made us evolve.
Not at all.
Yeah. And I don't see it replacing that human touch at the end of the day. So I love it as a tool, and I know how to use it for my personal use.
Yeah, because we still need to talk to clients, right?
Exactly.
In the end of the day.
Exactly.
I would love
AI.
I would love
to draft for me. That would be amazing.
I don't know if I should be saying that. That's why Noora exists in the studio.
That's where we lean into each other's strengths. That's what
She
I said.
talks to people. I'm just there for the contracts.
For the fabrication.
Technical things.
Or when we have a
can you do
problem.
that? Or there's an issue.
For the money to come into the account.
Yeah, I always say it would be amazing if we can have an AI digital version of ourselves that can attend online meetings.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Imagine
I don't
all
think
this
that can
time.
be
What would you even
replicated.
do with all this
That
time?
can be replicated. So in real estate now, what they do, they use the AI voice of the salesperson to call clients and lock deals on phone. So it already exists actually.
And that's one of the things, like we had a meeting with an IT company just to see how we can improve things in the office. And he's like, have you considered like a chat like box that can reply to the clients? So I'm like, no. I hate it. I would never have them. If there's a company that uses that technology, I refuse to work with them. I would not even like consider it, you know?
Yeah, I think we try to explore the benefits of it, but staying true to who we are. We are like client-based, where the human thing is very important to us. We try to keep that.
So like how we establish like the company, you come to us, the person who's designing your house is supervising the construction. We don't have that separation of design la la land and reality. It's the same person designing the same details, aware of your story, your needs, your requirements, goes to site with you until they hand over the key.
Which is the right way, especially when it's a personal space.
Exactly. Even with any project we have, whether it's commercial, public space, that's why people come to us, is that we tell them, we're the people who are designing, we're the people who are on site. We don't have that separation. That's why we always say it's not about the quantity and the number of projects we get into the studio. It's about the quality and the project we get into the studio. That's why I don't like to say that, but there's like a picky process. Like, is that a project that I want to work with? Is this client is the right fit for the vision of the company? So it's always that dialogue, like with the client as well, is very important.
I think it's not easy. It's difficult. It's much easier on commercial spaces to do that, but it's much more when it comes to the private projects, it's much more difficult.
I would actually, can I disagree with that? We had a few commercial projects, and because of the way that we worked on that project, everyone involved in the project, from the client, from the partners, from the project managing team, they were really like the dream team, and they were so happy on working with a studio that really appreciates that human touch, that I'm there and I care about it to deliver it to the client. That we got so many prospect clients who are commercial clients that want the same treatment. They want that human, the person who's designing, who cares about the story of Dubai, local designs in the region, that comes and creates the space for us commercially. They love it. They want to see the same person designing, supervising, and cares about the work. It's not just about commercials at the end of the day for them.
You come from that background, which is...
I have a commercial background.
I kind of agree that... I think the beauty about having your own studio and being able to choose your clients is...
It's a luxury.
It's a luxury.
It's a luxury.
100% a luxury. But if I don't feel the client, or we don't have the same vision, I have the possibility to tell the client, look, I will find you, I know another studio that is a better fit for you. Exactly. Because I know that your end result will be better, you will be happier, and I don't mind doing that, because in Dubai we have such a variety, and it's so nice how we're sort of integrated somehow with each other. And I often tell a client, if I don't have the same vision, look, I know I can do it, but it's not going to end well, and I'm not going to be happy, you know? Yeah. So it's better that I will introduce you to someone else that I know could do what you're looking for.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if there's no trust between clients and us, then it doesn't really work. There's space for projects for everyone. And so not, if you don't see our vision, you don't agree with it, then you're better off with someone
because
else.
It's a long-term commitment. It's not like 1 month, 2 months. Sometimes it's 2-3 years. So it needs to, like we need first feeling.
Residential-wise, we are a little bit like therapists.
Honestly, marriage counselor, finance counselor.
We are. It's commercial is not same, or hospitality, but
and that's why you need a person on site. Supervise.
Tell my husband that you said so, not me. We get this a lot.
Oh, that's so funny. Dubai is ever evolving. We spoke about it. Even the change that we see as a foreigners here in the past 10 years is drastic. And we all we all got used to the fact that it's fast-paced and that things are changing and we are evolving. But I feel like you are new voices of Emirati culture, and you cater to also new generation of local clients, foreign clients. Where do you see that we are going currently in what we have in design?
I think it's going to be, we're going to see a lot of experimentation, but then still rooted in tradition and culture. I think the conversation will be more about how can we evolve our culture and how can we move towards contemporary architecture, but not in a Western way. Yeah. Have more of a definition of what our tradition, our culture means in a modern way. And I think there's going to be a lot of new things to see. It's going to be experimented. It's going to use technology. It's going to use craft as well. It's going to...
Art, materiality,
it's going to have soul. It's going to have a lot of things. I think it's going to be a blend of so many different things, but still rooted in tradition and culture.
Do you girls feel it's going too fast?
I mean, it's always too fast.
Yeah, I think we're so
can
used to
be,
it. It's
yeah.
like a constant for us. Like we
norm.
got so used to it.
I don't think we know any other way because we grew up here in Dubai and we feel like this is normal. Like, what are you talking about? But I think we all experienced that.
Give me more.
Slow, like back, maybe in COVID. That was the only year we were like, okay, this is nice and calm. We do resonate that a lot in our interiors because we do all come from crazy like days and busy work life. So we really imagine for our clients as well to go back to a very sincere, like toned down, chill, like slow space, I would say. But I think we're so used to it that we don't know any other way. We're always like looking for the next thing to do.
It's okay also to just step back for a second, just to see like, okay, where am I going?
Yeah.
And then you just go back there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think like Dubai is a global city, and even like overall the UAE is very global. And it's just finding our local voice to fit in and really resonate with the rest and creating something that's timeless that can be evoking that memory even if things are changing around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Dubai is a city, but a lot of people outside thinks Dubai is a country. I mean, that's how fast evolving. What is success for you girls? What's the definition of success for you girls? I want to hear from all of you.
Success to me, honestly, is just leaving a mark. It's not about being everywhere. It's about having the next generation look at our work, even when we're not part of the conversation anymore, be inspired by it, see how to reinterpret things that we did. I think leaving that mark is success to me.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's that and being like the role models for our next generation, for our kids, for people around us to explore more. I think that is successful. If we've achieved that, I think we have gone a mile like forward, which is truly inspiring for me. And I hope the future generation sees that as well.
Yeah, and builds on that.
I think we're all aligned. That's why we work so well together is the idea of legacy. I want what I bring out, like in terms of like buildings, interior spaces, that it really resonates with everyone through time and it stays as a mark. It's going to be something that stays and interprets what UAE architecture is, what UAE design is. Like when people look back 100 years from now, they're going to say, this is what Emirati architecture is about. This is what we want to keep, or it's not going to get removed as we see like the changes that happening. Like it's going to be grounded. That's what I want, like a building that could never be taken down because of how much it speaks to our context. That's like what I want to create.
What's a modern Emirati villa?
A lot of things.
I mean, it's not.
Give me a location. Like, is it Al Barsha? Is it Jumeirah? Like, where is this new?
Honestly, yeah. I think
There
they're
you
very
go.
different. Like, there's so many types of Emiratis.
Yeah.
Oh, I always say that, like, when clients come to us, I'm like, I'm never going to have a preconception because even the three of us as owners, we live very different lifestyles. So there's not one specific thing. So I can't put my finger on it. But there's a lot of architects who are doing amazing things going towards that. There's amazing examples by Arc Identity, by ex-architects, by us, I would like to think as well. But there's a lot of architects that are doing amazing things that are exploring how Emiratis are living today. But none of them, it's not a cookie cutter thing. And it's not the exact floor plan. It's not the exact requirements. I think our requirements are also like ever changing with the growth and evolution of Dubai. Even like within the requirements of the villa, people are looking for multifunctional spaces.
Also, it's very international, and all the clients are so well traveled now. It doesn't really.
Exactly.
You can't say that. Okay, it's
One
not
specific
nationality
thing.
wise. It's
Yeah.
more about that we became so global.
I think
and
they say the global like mesh. What do they call it? The melting point.
The melting
of the
point.
globe.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we're all like meshing into
Yes.
like one norm. We call it like the Dubai house.
yeah, Dubai house.
So I think we've all like leaned into each other in terms of like traveling, cultural things that they need, like art. There's so many different things that create the perfect house.
What's something that we can all bring with us when we're like other studios I'm talking about now? What can we bring with us to sort of incorporate more of the Emirati design to our
Yeah. Also, what is it that maybe we don't understand and we should?
I think maybe the way people host. Some people want privacy, some people want openness, but it's very different. If you walk into different households,
I think it's just
It's so different.
listening to them is very
Yeah.
important. Like I've had a lot of clients that come in and they're so like, they're asking, why are you asking all of these questions? I'm asking them, how do you wake up in the morning?
The
Do you
brief,
li-
the brief comes in, you know.
Do you like the sun to come in when you're like in the morning? Are you a morning person? You would like to see the sun. So when I put your bedroom, I don't put it where the sun rises, for example. Or how do you host? Does your husband host and
Yeah.
you need to have a majlis? Like, no, he goes to his friend's majlis. We'll never be the majlis house. And then you have another client that, yes, I have a majlis. I have my female majlis also, and we need to have a third one for family. So it's just understanding their way of living
Yeah,
and not
exactly.
being put in a category, this is what local housing should be. And I think that's very
Absolutely.
important. And I think because we're changing a lot, we see a transformation of also the plot sizes where, and
Also,
all-
the style of architecture.
exactly
Completely changed.
completely different. No more mansions, no more like
Again,
huge
how I
plots.
need
You love Khawaneed.
I want clients of Khawaneed. If you want, like, where we want our clients, I'll tell you which areas. Yeah, so like, it also like depends on like how things are moving in the country, like plot sizes. How do we adapt to like those new sizes that we're receiving, like very small scale and 3 stories? It's something new, like only happened recently, and we get those briefs that we need to build 2-story houses. How do we adapt the architecture? And then we look at Kuwait, and they have that, and it's very interesting to look at their history of architecture through like residential design, where they have limited plots and they have to create a multi-generational residence.
Yeah.
And that's something that we need to also adapt right now, is having that multi-generational housing. So it's
That grows with the family.
Which is a very Middle Eastern way of thinking. A European way wouldn't think like that. That's very interesting.
so that's why you need to come to someone that understands you and,
Yeah,
that
and your
kind of-
needs.
and your needs, the way that you live can say, yeah, it's okay. You can do that. You can have 3 majlis. It's okay. You don't want
can
any
have no
majlis?
majlis.
No
Yeah.
majlis.
How do you design a majlis with 12 sofas? Someone comes and says, "Here's Fatima, I want 12 sofas in my majlis."
25 seats.
25 seaters.
Your plot doesn't allow it, but we can create a multifunctional space when you need to host that many people. You can do this. It's having a conversation
We just have
with
to
them.
be like adaptive. We've had like one villa like that. It's a big family, but it's a small plot. So we had like a majlis space, a courtyard space, and a living space. And in winter, they can host all the family. So they can open all the spaces together with the outdoor space.
Multifunctional.
But in summer, they can host it somewhere else.
Nobody wants to do anything in summer.
Yeah.
All the gatherings
So
happen
I
in
think
winter.
it's just being like
Yeah.
adaptive.
Yeah.
And I think clients just want to be heard.
What would be your advice for the next generation of designers and talents who are homegrown here and who want to open their studios, maybe looking at find it challenging? What would be your advice to them?
I think it's really important to be curious, to ask questions, and to be very patient.
Yeah. I think curiosity is also, I agree, it's
Yes.
one of the most important keys in our job.
Yes, you have to learn from everything around you. I mean, Dubai is the best place to learn. You have to learn.
Yeah.
You can learn from the city, from your peers, from teachers, from your co-workers, even from your
I
own
mean, the case
experiences.
studies we have here,
Yeah, exactly.
it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and I think building your circle, your people you can lean on, people you can have support you, and people that can remind you why you started is very important as well.
Yeah.
So just
I think it's a very supportive community generally, you know.
Yeah, I think building that network helped us a lot with other entrepreneurs going through the same struggles. I think it was really amazing to see how much people are willing to help. So don't shy away from asking.
not just in the creative community, even in the business and
especially the business
in
side,
law,
something they don't teach you.
finance.
And I think something that's very true about us, we are 3 people who come from non-business owner parents. So we had to learn the hard way, like going through challenges, going through struggles, going through very lows to reach high, going through a lot of opportunities that Dubai offers of teaching entrepreneurs, opportunities that others don't have. I think as much as possible, we were exposed to so many like teaching tools that we took along the way to learn as much as possible about how businesses operated, finance, because we're all just designers in that. We just want to make something nice.
Yeah.
But it needs to work.
And it's also, there is no special finance course. I think we mentioned that before, that for designers, it's such an important part, which is never brought up in the first place.
Yeah,
True.
I agree. And I think just to like continue what Noora was talking about, I think not to shy away from asking people around you, even if they're not in the same field as you, was very important for us. And we were really, like, what I appreciate about UAE, Dubai, the leadership that we have, they're including us in conversations about everything that's related to the creative field.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't have that in other countries where
No.
young people are being brought into the table to discuss things that are in the creative field. What do you want to do? How can we help you?
How can we make you grow? also?
Exactly.
That's the beauty of the country.
Yes.
And even like what I've noticed, they don't just focus on the local designers. They've also focused on people who have lived their life here. Like, if you're not local, even if you just established your business here, they're willing to do that just to empower the city with people who have voices that will remain
And who
to
contribute
benefit.
or-
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think it was, this resonated a lot. We had a talk 2 years ago, I think, with Dezeen in Art Dubai. And the host came from Dezeen from New York. And after the whole conversation, I think I was with Jonathan from an architect and one more architect. And what he said in the end, he's like, I've been to a lot of cities and I haven't seen this much passion as much I've seen in Dubai. So I think that resonated and stayed
Passion?
with me.
That's what I need to tell the new generation is passion. And we
Yeah,
have a lot
not
of
ChatGPT and AI.
Passion and patience.
And creativity.
yeah, like you,
And patience.
they get like they're so passionate, like, and then something happens, it discourages them. I feel-
Resilience.
Resilience is also another thing. You will architecture field and design field is very slow,
Brutal.
and compared to how fast we are. Like
Yeah.
in this,
You
city.
can't get fast results here.
Exactly. Like you
And
can't.
even architecture and design should be a slow. Like the greatest architects we know are great in their 60th year, not second, not fifth, not sixth. So I think being patient and being like realistic is very important to keep you grounded.
Yeah, like passion should never go away, even when you're at your lowest.
Yeah.
I think that's something that they really need to resonate with themselves. Am I passionate about this? Do I have a vision that I see myself in this field for that long? Because yes, you can do a fast project one day and you're like famous for like 1 year for it. But then how do you build up and continue on your brand, on what you're trying to basically say at the end of the day? It's not just about projects. Are you trying to tell a story, a narrative? Are you trying to create a legacy? Yes, there are so many companies that start, but also who are staying for the long run to define
Yeah.
what we are.
Do you have a lot of interns and a lot of young people knocking on your door asking to work, to try, to learn?
I think I should answer it.
Yes.
So we do have an established internship program. I really I even spend the time, I sit with them and I try to teach them if I see the passion in them, if they are people who are willing to learn. So what we've tried to do is to take in as many as we can. But throughout the years, and I think the new generation, it's really finding the one person, because we got so busy in the studio
process,
and the
yeah.
process that I felt like if I'm gonna invest my time with an intern, it has to be a superstar intern that is interested in the studio. So it's about finding the right interns.
The
And
jam.
the right passion, because we are very passionate. That's what we say about even like in interviews and for new like employees. We're very passionate about our studio, and we're looking for people who are as passionate, because we're gonna sit with you. We're gonna teach you everything
Invest
we know.
time in you, yeah.
We want you to be as like passionate about the projects you're doing as much as us, because it's not just another job. We're also a cozy boutique studio, and we all work like hand in hand together. So I think the shared passion is very important and something that someone who's willing to learn and grow with the studio.
And for us, when we see that passion, we see that they love working with us and we love working with them, it's a good place to start. After graduation, you can just come by, apply, and you can join the team.
I feel like you're continue that the same leadership legacy that is all around Dubai. It's really inspirational. Just to wrap up, in the end of each episode, we're asking our guest a question from our previous guest. And funny enough, we had a fantastic guest before you who said, okay, I know we all love Dubai, but what is it that you love about Dubai?
Honestly, it's the possibilities. It's not can we do something, it's how can we do it? What's next? Everything's
optimism.
possible. Yeah.
The optimism.
It's a very welcoming city
yeah.
for everyone to create
You got
something.
an idea,
We
go with
feel
it.
so welcome.
I
We
have
feel
an
so
answer
welcome.
for that. It's hospitality.
Yeah.
This is, I think that if we sum up it in one word, it's just hospitality. And also it goes through all the layers. It goes through architecture, community, and I think in the end of the day, that's what it makes the whole difference. And that's why when every foreigner comes here, they're like, okay, that's the city that I've never seen something like that before. I think that's to sum it up.
From my perspective, it's the leadership.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, of course.
the leadership compared to
Yeah.
I'm comparing it to other Middle Eastern countries. I'm comparing it to Europe. I'm comparing it to West and East, and that also gives the hospitality afterwards. You know.
It takes great strength, and it's the reason that we want to push more and create more to
Yeah.
feel like if
We
they're
owe it.
doing this much,
Yeah.
what are we doing to give back?
Exactly.
They are
give
giving
back.
so much to us and so much opportunities and so much the optimism, the challenges. They are the ones who created that for us. And so how much can we give back for the country?
Yeah, they gave us the space to grow, to experiment, to do
Create.
everything and create.
Yeah.
So,
be.
and be
Whoever we want to
exactly.
be.
I feel like we owe it to them at the end of
Exactly.
the day. Like I've always said that, like what we're trying to do is at the end of the day is to serve this country.
And honestly, we hope we make them proud.
I'm pretty sure you girls are doing them proud.
Yeah. You're doing an amazing
so
job.
we need to ask you girls, what would your question be for actually our last guest of this season?
So the question that we want to ask the next guest is, how do you stay true to your identity in an environment where everything keeps changing?
I think that's a perfect question for the next guest.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for
so
having
much
Thank you guys
for
for
having
having
us.
us.